My dear elegant ladies, welcome to a new video on elegant, feminine and expensive looking fashion. Ladies, why is it so common that we end up looking very cheap and not expensive when the climate is hot? I think it's because, well, number one, the temperature goes up, so we start losing fantasy and inspiration on what to wear in such climate. But number two, I also do believe that summer heat makes us a little bit lazy, and shame on you out there, my not so elegant ladies, because I want you all to look fabulous, look your best, and of course, look expensive. So follow these 7 tips that I'm going to share with you in this video. Let's start with tip number 1. All right, ladies, tip number 1 is the boat neck. So I'm talking about the neckline, the boat neck. It goes like this, as you see. And the reason why I am a big fan of the boat neck is because it's a very classic and a very traditionally an elegant cut neckline, okay? Now the second reason to why I personally love this neckline so much is because it shows off some skin, but it doesn't show cleavage, it doesn't show breast, which is usually what ladies who want to be sexy, that's usually the route they go, that's what they show. But here, actually, you're showing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and that makes you look incredibly feminine, attractive, and it gives you a lot of sex appeal. Plus, of course, you can wear a boat neck with short sleeves like this, meaning that in summer it's going to be cooling because you have loads of areas for ventilation. And if you choose a lightweight fabric, then a boat neck is going to be incredibly cooling, as is just a regular top that you can pair with whatever you want, as an example, shorts. Please be aware though, all my ladies who are heavy on the shoulder area, basically, if you are an inverted triangle, no, this is not for you. I'm really sorry. You will become even broader in your shoulder area if you wear boat necks. So stay away, not for you, but for everybody else, yes. All right, what's in my Anabe oven for point number 2? Here we go, ladies. We have the 5 up to 7 centimeter high slingback heels, as you can see here. The thing is that a big mistake that ladies do in summer that really does cheapen their appearance, and today we want to look expensive, is that they wear an inappropriate heel height for the wrong occasion. And in summer what happens is that we have many daytime events or early evening events that actually a very high heel, meaning a stiletto, will look a little bit inappropriate. However, a 5 centimeter, a 7 centimeter like this is actually going to look very appropriate, even for a daytime lunch, even for something more casual. You can get by with something like this. It's not going to make you look tacky or too much or overdressed. Sandals is a summer shoe, and slingbacks are therefore very suitable. Definitely get them in white and nude, because the nude color is going to elongate your leg because it's going to blend in with the color of your skin tone. Now, the reason why I said white is because summer times, of course, means that we're going to wear lighter colors, meaning that we're going to go more for pastels, we're going to go more for lighter shades, neutral shades, and of course for white color, because it's going to be too hot otherwise. I'm sure you don't really feel like putting on the navy and the black, etc. in summertime, because if the sun is shining, you're going to be boiling like a little crab. Therefore, you will need, ladies, a lot of light colored shoes so that somehow they go with your outfits. And ladies, as we're talking budget today, the good news is that this type of shoe model does definitely exist in many high street shops or cheaper or more affordable type of stores, because this is not rocket science to create a shoe like this. Believe me, I've seen it out there. If you start looking, you shall find. Point number 3. And ladies, now comes a little crash course in covering up your bra, because this is a big issue. Summertime comes and we start wearing things like this, maybe a little thin strap, maybe a little revealing fabric, maybe something a little bit smaller. And ladies, what do we do in this chest area then? Do we have nipple gate? Do we show our bra straps? No, we don't, because I'm gonna tell you what you should be doing, okay? I can't believe I'm actually showing my lingerie in public, but here you go, ladies. A little treat for you just because I love you so much. Here we have the probably most common bra that I wear. And this is because it is nude colored, it goes with my skin tone, it's seamless, and it fits my breast perfectly and keeps them in place without any bra straps. Ladies, really, everybody, and I say everybody, needs to have one of these in your wardrobe. No excuses. Okay, maybe an excuse if your chest is just so big that this thing is not gonna hold it up. Okay, I get it. But for everybody else, you need to have one of those. And honestly, behind a silky thing like this, on thin straps like this, it's all gonna work out perfectly fine, trust me, because this is what I wear under all my kind of very delicate tops and garments. And I get many questions. Anna, what kind of bra are you wearing? It's so difficult to not have the bra visible. Because as soon as you start showing those bra straps, it's gonna downgrade your look. Okay, so there's another thing that we need to talk about. Have you seen these before? And no, it's not something you put on your eyes like this. It's actually nipple covers. Nipple covers are a must because there might be an occasion where you cannot wear a bra. Maybe the cut of your garment, your top, is so kind of cut in a complicated way that any form of bra is going to show. So the only way out is to add these little darlings on your little darlings, and then your nipples will be safe and it's actually fine to wear or go braless. But again, ladies, not everyone might be able to pull this off because some of you ladies might have a chest that really do need to get a little bit more support. Usually this works better for ladies with my size of chest size, or if your chest is very firm, doesn't bounce around too much, you know. So ladies, very important because we don't want to show our bras and we don't want to show our nipples this summer. Point number 4, and let's talk about a fabric that is actually very affluent, and many people in the affluent community do wear linen. So okay, we need to be a little bit honest here for a second, because one thing is true, and that is that linen is not a cheap fabric. It's not expensive to the point like it's gonna cost you a fortune, but it's definitely more of a mid-range type of fabric. So it's usually a little bit costly. You are still going to find it in cheaper stores like Zara, etc., but it's probably going to be more on the pricier side. It's not going to cost as much as some cheap polyester will do, right? But ladies, I want you to really start changing your mindset for when it comes to shopping. I want you to start understanding that this type of things are an investment piece. And actually, linen is an incredible durable fabric. It will last you like 3 times longer than regular cotton material. Something in the fibers is just made so incredibly durable that it can actually sometimes even last you generations, believe it or not. But the beauty with linen is that it always looks very affluent. You can see in the affluent community, the men in summertime, they will change their usual shirt to a casual linen shirt. And that will make them look quite sophisticated when they wear them with their shorts. And ladies usually wear beautiful linen sets, maybe kind of resort wear style type of linen, or linen dresses. I personally wear a lot of linen dresses because I find them to be very casual, very chic, but the beauty with linen is that it's a cooling fabric, because what happens is that in summertime, linen breathes and it doesn't absorb the heat the same way more kind of plastic style type of materials like polyester will do, which is why you need to invest in natural fibers. It will just simply cool you better. Now, the only downside with linen is that it wrinkles. And as you know, I don't like wrinkles, but with linen, it's okay. It's actually so okay that you don't need to be pulling out your steamer that I taught you to do. You can actually wear a little bit of wrinkles here and there because with linen, it kind of looks good. It comes with the fabric. People get it when they see you wearing a wrinkly linen dress. They don't think that, why didn't she steam her clothes just like Anna Bay told her to do, you know? I love linen. Now let's continue to the shoe department, and this is point number 5. Now one thing that I definitely feel is very problematic in summer, and that is to find the right shoes that you can actually walk in. Because what happens in summertime, ladies? Well, we actually walk more because we might be on holiday. We might be doing sightseeing. We might just want to go for an evening walk. We might want to go for a stroll. Everything is more about being outdoors, meeting people, being social, and just really stand on your legs and walk everywhere you want to go, basically, okay? So we need shoes that we can walk in, and I really like shoes with thick heel for that, as you can see here. Here's actually another pair of Aquazzura shoes. I just love Aquazzura, not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, I'm all yours. And ladies, again, here I'm holding white shoes, but you don't have to necessarily get white. You can get nude, you can get pink, light, you can even get some pop color. You see, what's really nice in summer, let's say you're wearing a white linen dress like this, you might not necessarily want to go for white, boring, plain shoes like this, although you can, because you can go all monochrome in white, but you can actually add a little bit of spice. This can be, let's say, in a red color or a brown color or a yellow color. It doesn't really matter what color it is. Just adding a splash of color to your kind of neutral white look looks fabulous in summer. All right, so back to the heels. I'm really referring to the heel now because the thickness of this heel is going to make this shoe feel more comfortable than when you have a thin heel. That's always a little bit uncomfortable, okay? And the height is of course very important. I think these are maybe 5 centimeters max. You should definitely go for something as low as possible. I think 7 might be a little bit too high, unless this is 7. I don't know. But ladies, think something in these lines. You will find loads regardless of budget. Again, I'm holding a pair of more expensive shoes, but you can definitely find something in Zara that looks like this. This is not difficult to find. Thank me later. By the way, ladies, if you haven't downloaded my free cheat sheet on how you can look expensive on a budget, of course, go to classycheatsheet.com and download this free cheat sheet. There I give you my best tips that I don't share on my YouTube channel, so make sure you go to classycheatsheet.com to download this free cheat sheet today. All right, point number 6. Chiffon material. Okay, so I'm showing something black because it has a bit of contrast, and I really want you to see how this material looks like. You see? It's very flowy, very thin, very delicate. Now ladies, how do we keep ourselves cool? How do we keep ourselves feminine, beautiful, and feel like a goddess in summer? Well, with this type of fabric. And okay, let me tell you one thing, is that chiffon definitely is more on the pricey side. Not pricey, again, you can find mid-range easily with chiffon. But actually, did you know that you can also find some cheap polyester that kind of resembles chiffon easily as well, like this. This is a dress from, it's like a really old dress from Marciano Guess. But this is the type of chiffon that I'm talking about, but it's actually 100% polyester. What I really love about chiffon is that it really flatters your body because it kind of just follows your natural curves, and if you have it as a dress or a skirt, it just becomes very flowy, so that let's say there's a little bit of wind and it goes a bit like, you know, so you feel all feminine and beautiful. So this is also another reason to why I'm recommending this to you. But the good thing is, ladies, you can easily find this. Look for very thin polyester if you want to see a little bit more of an imitation of chiffon. It's totally doable to find, however, you have to look, because when you go out to fast fashion stores, you're going to see a lot of, let's put it this way, a lot of variation in what polyester actually is, because polyester does come in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and forms. We have the stereotype of what polyester is, but actually, you can sometimes find some really nice looking materials that are actually polyester. Point number 7, and that's going to be the last point for today, but I do have more videos on elegant fashion and summer fashion on my YouTube channel, so just go back in my archive from last summer, from the previous summer, etc., and you're going to find loads of content. But okay, point number 7. button down sleeveless tops. Well, actually, look. We are a trio here. I'm actually also wearing this, let me tell you about what I'm wearing. So I'm wearing probably the cheapest garment that I own, and it's coming from a brand that I never buy from. The only time I bought something from this brand was this only time when I bought this dress. And I'm talking about Pretty Little Thing because not sponsored. I don't really like these type of brands and I don't ever find something nice there. But once in a blue moon, you can actually find something in such stores. I also like the fact that it's stripy and it's blue. It gives a little bit of a nice summer feel to it. But what I really like about this dress is that it's incredibly lightweight. And you just heard me mention polyester. Now this is 100% polyester, but it's in a very lightweight polyester, meaning that it feels very nice to wear it in hot weather. But ladies, the reason why I'm bringing the button-down sleeveless shirt or top is because it usually looks a little bit more dressed up, usually looks a little bit smarter, and therefore, of course, I had to put it on today's list because all we want to do is to look more expensive and, of course, more elegant. Now, I believe these type of tops comes in all kinds of shapes, sizes, and forms, and of course, colors, materials. So here you really just have to start hunting. So ladies, that was all that I had to offer you for today. Now go and watch my other video, 10 things elegant ladies never wear in summer, because there you're going to understand which items are forbidden to wear if you want to look elegant in summer. I will see you in that video.